Hello there, and welcome to my review for the Keepers of the Stone DLC for Against the Storm. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick summary of all the new things in the DLC, my personal positive and negative impressions about it, and a summary about it in the end. So first up, what do we get when we buy the DLC? Obviously, frogs. The new species brings a lot of baseline challenges with themselves. They can't live in shelters, they need special housing, but they also come with a lot of advantages. They are good at processing stone, they love working with rainwater, so even if you don't satisfy their housing needs right from the get-go, you just need to put them into some rainwater industry and they're still happy. Frogs also come with the ability to snoop out the some sort of ruins on the map, after you've unlocked it, obviously, and they also have late game mechanics regarding upgrades of houses. They are really cool jack of all trades people that come with a interesting gameplay mechanic. Unlike other species, you really have to work harder around giving them a home, which is a nice, unique standpoint. No other species has that so far, and I really enjoy their skills, their abilities, and also their visuals. They're really looking pretty cool, I think, personally. Now, also, obviously, the Coastal Grove biome might have already catched your attention. This is the other thing that you get. An entire new biome coming with its own trees, its own new feature, namely the strider port, and its own geography. You are playing around this big pond in the middle, and your expansion will follow the pond's form. This is a pretty interesting new challenge that was way more exciting to play than I originally thought, as you also see the distribution of land here favors a little bit different distribution. There's way more small glades, and the large glades are hidden because of the environment here currently. That's a trait of the tile, in case you're wondering. But you see the distribution favors the small glades much more heavily. So this is an entirely different experience in terms of terrain distribution, which is really cool. Strider port allows you to convert food plus food into blueprints and treasures. You get to select which category the blueprint is supposed to be, and then you set them off, and after 5 minutes of adventuring, you get some rewards. This is a really cool mechanic, as it gives you a opportunity to gamble away your resources. The algae and fish resources that you see here are new resources that come with the 1.4 update for free for everybody. Fishing is not a DLC component, so that is available for everybody. But the Strider port does not work without the content of the 1.4 update. That being said, you have here a resource sink that can get you into trouble or get you into glorious times with new treasures. That's just the way it should be. Now, besides that, you also get a couple of cornerstones new that, well, I don't want to go into details here because of spoiler alerts. You also get a couple of perks centered around frogs, new orders, and a lot of smallish things that make the gameplay experience more pleasant. Now, let's move on over to the impressions of mine. On the positive side, the new stuff is really well made and well fleshed out. It's working on all detail levels. The frogs are a very interesting addition. They also come with an interesting hearth skill. They give you faster newcomers, so you have a brilliant centerpiece for this sort of strategy that revolves around huge populations. This is amazing, as this was a missing piece and a strategy of Against the Storm. For those of you who are more experienced with the game, you will love this. If you like sacrificial strategies and stuff like that, they come in nicely and fill in a lot of new ideas. That's what I mean with well-made stuff. Nothing of the new cornerstones and skills that I've so far experienced felt like hollow or not usable or anything. It's all you know how Against the Storm works. Everything can be used in some way, and this culture, the spirit of gameplay experience, is still alive and kicking. So well done, well done. Biome itself also really feels enjoyable. I mean, a lot of new things have come with the 1.4 update that is enveloping this DLC, basically. I already glinted towards fishing, and I mean, I think it is the combination of all the new 1.4 features and the DLC which makes it shine so much. But that doesn't change my personal impression that this is a job well done. I mean, the biome itself has a lot of replayability due to its territorial challenges. I mean, this is really a different experience, and I've learned to value small glades way more than before due to the way that this biome is formed. It allows you to go for different cornerstone strategies than you usually would do, especially the ones that involve a lot of glade opening. And yeah, yeah, it's against the storm. Just more of it. I love it. So, as a last positive thing, I want to mention this awesome soundtrack. I love the music of Against the Storm since its base game already, and yeah, new soundtrack is really really cool. It's a chill and ethereal and wonderful experience, and I personally wanted to point it out because I'm a music fan, and when some music is really pleasing me, I need to point it out. Now, negatives. There's always something to nag about, isn't it? So, first off, the contents feel at the first glance a little bit smallish. You get a new species to play with and a new biome. And these two things that feels as if it would be it. But first off, the new biomes content is really big. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and you can play it a lot of times. And the other thing is, the same goes for the frogs. There's a lot of things hidden beneath the surface, but when you're playing it for the first time, you might feel a little bit disappointed if you are not digging this new biome as much as I do, for example. You might be feeling like, yeah, right, that's it. But there are so many little things hidden beyond it, like I said, cornerstone abilities and perks and such, that there's way more below the surface, but this might be a little bit difficult to appreciate at first glance. And the other thing that I want to criticize here, the new biome, if you're not playing there, the new DLC won't do much for you because, it's basically a big portion of the DLC is happening here. And yeah, if you're playing elsewhere, you're basically missing out on a big portion of DLC. If you are coming from a standpoint where you are already a bit fed up with the game or played it a lot, this will not revive the game or something like that for you. But I don't think this is the intention of the DLC itself. It's well made, expanding the world of the game, but I would recommend not to hang your expectations too high in terms of volume of the DLC. It's a relatively small DLC, but it is small, but has a high quality. But more about that in the summary. So yeah, that's the only things that I have to nag about. It left me hungry for more. I don't think this is really something bad, though. To summarize, I personally think Keepers of the Stone is pretty much a must-have for everybody who loves Against the Storm already. The frogs are fun to play around. The new biome is extremely cool. The quality over quantity design philosophy of the developers is something I appreciate. Even though I wish the DLC would be bigger, I would never ever want a experience that is in any form diluted to this one. This is good. This is distilled, fun, polished, well made, and I know Eremite games well enough to be fond of the fact that this stuff here will be even made better according to the feedback of the community. So stuff I like already will be even better in a year or two. This is really something that I love about the developers behind the game, and that needs some acknowledgement from my perspective at least. So yeah, what's left to say? It's a great DLC. It's a tad bit smallish, but so are frogs. No, these are not. These are muscular, big stone-cutting frogs. But apart from that, yeah, get it if you like Against the Storm. If you can't afford it, if you feel like spending a dime on a game that is already grandiose, go for it. There's nothing to lose there. It expands on so many ends of the game. It gives you some nice extra gameplay experience, and I personally think the more biomes this game gets from this in this quality, the more longevity it gains in terms of replayability. Against the Storm is a game that never grows old on my shelf. I do take a break every 20 to 40 hours that I play it to regain my stamina, but I do come back every now and then, and this is just a good reason to do so. Might be even a good reason to start a new account and level up from level 1 and new, whatever tickles your fancy. All I can say, this is one hell of a DLC, and I wholeheartedly recommend it, and it's been my pleasure and honor to pre-test it and have a dive with it, and I really appreciate the work that has gone into this. I really hope more of that is on the horizon, because if that's the case, Against the Storm is a game that I'll be recommending for years and years to come. See you guys on that one. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and have a wonderful day.